Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with left back Alejandro Balde, as it has been reported that Barcelona are currently in talks over a 2-year contract extension for the breakthrough defender. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Jules Koundé, as it has been reported that the Barcelona defender is set to undergo test today to determine availability for the Osasuna game tomorrow. So guys, before we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. If you're just coming across the channel, please make sure to subscribe, give the video a like as we get right into it. Barca, Barca, Barca. Ahead of this season, nobody quite expected Barcelona's dynamics at left back to change as dramatically as they have. Undisputed in his position last season, Jordi Alba was expected to retain his first choice role, while Alejandro Balde and then Marcos Alonso fought for second choice. However, as it stands, Balde has taken Barca by storm and cemented a place at left back. He has been a revelation for the club, applying his incredibly dynamic profile to add flair and electricity to the wings. Incredibly impressed by his sudden breakthrough, Barcelona want to award the youngster a renewal, and if reports from Sport are to be believed, they are in talks with his agent Jorge Mendes over a 2-year extension. In fact, Balde is set to be handed a senior number in January to go along with first team registration. The number 12 has been untouched since Martin Braithwaite left the club and will likely go to the Spanish defender in January. Balde has deployed his trade not only as a left back this season but also as a right back, and has done exceedingly well, so much so that there can be an argument made about him being the best left and right back at the club this season. As it stands, the 19-year-old's contract clocks up in 2024, and with a 2-year extension, he will be tied to the club until 2026. What a season it has been for Alejandro Balde, who has performed so well, being the first choice left back for Barcelona. Nobody saw this coming, when the season started, because, Alba looked like he was still supposed to be the first choice left back, but things drastically changed. After the Rayo Vallecano game in March Day 1, things drastically changed. Alejandro Balde has been playing so well, and of course, many expect him to be called for the Spanish team in the World Cup, and it's not surprising that Barca themselves are so impressed and they are looking to extend his contract. According to this report, they are saying that Barcelona are in talks with Jorge Mendes to see if a 2-year contract extension will be possible. Of course, he has been a breakthrough player this season, and it won't be surprising that Barca don't hesitate to extend his contract at the earliest. So there will be some jersey shirt change next. I think January he will take the number 12 jersey according to reports. So with time, Alejandro Balde continues to get experience, and the good thing is he's still very young. He's still only 19 years of age, which means he has a lot to offer. He still has a lot. He has not even reached his prime, and definitely Barcelona will keep him for a very, very long time. So extending his contract will be a very huge boost, keeping him to secure that position. Right now, our problem is maybe right back, because left back right now, we are okay. We already have 3 good quality left backs, Alejandro Balde being the first choice, and he has been proving it week in, week out why he should be the first choice for Xavi Hernandez. Then on to the next story of discussion. Barcelona will play their final game before the World Cup on Tuesday night when they take on CA Osasuna away from home in Pamplona. Having beaten Almeria in the last game and taken the lead in La Liga title race, albeit temporarily, Barcelona will be hoping to register another victory and go into the break on a strong note. But, heading into the game, manager Xavi Hernandez is sweating over the fitness of defender Jules Koundé. The 23-year-old picked up a thigh injury during the last away league game against Valencia and has since missed the subsequent 2 matches. Indeed, Koundé was not involved in the UEFA Champions League encounter against Victoria Pleasant, following which he was ruled out for the La Liga encounter versus Almeria as well. And Javi Miguel of AS is now reporting that the French international will undergo tests today to determine whether he can return to action against Osasuna. Barcelona are closely following his evolution, as it is the same area which has been injured during international duty earlier this season. So Koundé's inclusion for Tuesday's encounter will be approached with a degree of caution, and the decision will be made based on the defender's sensations. The Blaugrana also have Ronald Araujo out injured, but have three fit centre-backs for the game in the form of Eric Garcia, Andres Christensen and Gerard Piqué. Although whether Xavi decides to use Gerard Piqué after his farewell at Camp Nou remains to be seen. Marcos Alonso is also an option, having played regularly at centre-back this season. For now, an update on Koundé's availability, is awaited, and it remains to be seen if he is rushed back just a few weeks before the World Cup. So far, it has been an on and off season for Jules Koundé since joining Barcelona in the summer transfer window. Of course, he recently picked up a knock against Valencia last week and was out injured, but luckily enough, it is not that serious, which means playing for France in the World Cup will not be an issue. He will be there, because there's that possibility that Jules Koundé might feature in the squad list in tomorrow's game away at Osasuna. So tests have to be carried out today, according to reports, to see if Koundé will be fit for the game tomorrow. We hope he will be fit. Koundé has been a very wonderful signing. For the games that he has played, he has been very solid at the back, and I think it is very important for us to see a Koundé who is fit all the time. This is his second injury since joining Barca. Of course, the first was the one he suffered on international duty in France, and that one was a longer one. But the one he recently suffered against Valencia will not be a long one, because he might feature tomorrow. So they need to carry the test to see if he will be available for that clash. Of course, Koundé has been so solid, so good, so versatile. He plays right back so well, and it has not been too long that he returned back from his first injury, and unfortunately he had to be sidelined again. But this time around, it won't be that serious. So let's see how it's going to look like. So with the World Cup coming, of course, many players are very, very cautious, because this World Cup this year is it falls within a season. So there are certain players who will miss World Cups due to injuries. So let's hope that most of our players after the World Cup will come back stronger, fitter, because this might also hamper some clubs' performance, because some players can go to the World Cup, carry injuries. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.